Oh, we can actually say what it is now?
Yeah.
Okay. Last week we had to be a little cagey about it. Nice.
Well, did we, or did we just not know what it was?
No, you knew.
Oh, okay.
And I guessed wrong.
Welcome to Off the Cut.
Dude, I haven't touched any wood in a long time.
And that's why it's covered in plastic.
Oh, man.
Some X-rated content there.
I don't care how long it is.
Thoroughly excited.
Great for the pocketbook, bad for the environment.
Oh, I'm number 3.
I like it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm glad we got the explicit out of the way early.
If I'm going to put money into this, it's going to be great. And I guarantee.
Don't forget to spend your Urkel bucks.
That was super easy.
Get it? Welcome to Off the Cut episode 181.
Woo!
That's a good number.
Yeah, 181.
That's a strong number.
Mm-hmm. Symmetrical if you
Yeah.
the 8 as
One more than 180.
Yeah.
I know. It would look good on a sports jersey.
Would. There's no sports that let you have triple digits though, is there?
I think I've seen it in football recently.
Oh, there's triple digits?
I think I've seen 100. If not, maybe it was just 00, but I thought so.
I've seen 00 before, but I don't know if I've ever seen. What about any like rugby or? I'm trying to think. What's some?
I think like the
cricket,
the dirt bike thing. I think those people wear triple digits.
Okay. I wonder if MMA fighters never have numbers on their jerseys or their like outfits.
No, they don't even wear outfits half the time.
Yeah, little booty shorts, I should say.
Yeah.
I was wrong. NFL's between 0 and 99. Sorry.
NFL 099?
Yeah.
Did they retire any numbers in the NFL?
What about NASCAR?
Teams specifically will retire them, but I can't imagine it's forever. Like eventually you got to run out of numbers, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, I think NASCAR, maybe you can have triple digits.
Maybe.
What they got to do is they got to make a NASCAR car 666 and have it sponsored by those Fuego chips and say that it's devilishly fast.
I'm looking at a picture of a stock car here right now that has 3 digits on it. Whether it's an official NASCAR or not, I don't know, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that you can have triple digits in NASCAR.
Well, anyway, today is Tuesday, September 9th, 2025, and rumor has it our good friend Jonathan Katz-Moses actually wore triple-digit jersey when he was young.
I can believe that.
He played 2 positions at once.
Yeah.
That one got me. I don't know why. Anybody got a segue into the KMTools.com?
I was desperately trying to think of one, but let's just get right into it because KMTools.com is definitely the best place to buy your woodworking tools online and woodworking supplies. He's got all sorts of fun stuff like Boss Dog. Oh man, no, hold on. I need to think about this because now that we have 2 sponsors, we don't want to hit them together too much, right? Like they sell. I'm pretty sure WTB also sells Boss Dog, doesn't he?
Yeah, Bill sells it. Man, wouldn't that be something if one of them was selling it cheaper than the other, and they were pitting each other? It's like when gas stations are on the same corner.
Do you know what KM does have though? They got that new sharpening system he just came out with.
I saw that because
nice.
I think you guys saw his sharpening jig like a year or so ago, maybe at Workbench Con.
Yeah. I saw some early prototypes.
Yeah, that thing is slick. As somebody who absolutely hates sharpening and basically refuses to do it,
me too.
Looks pretty
I'm very
nice.
interested.
Right.
Okay, well, look, that's a great segue because no matter how good WTB's inventory is, they're never going to have all of the Katz-Moses originals, right?
And KM Tools is never going to have the incredible selection of live edge slabs that Bill has. So let's, they're a win-win both ways.
Exactly. Each one has its strong points, and honestly, I love shopping at both of them.
Between the 2 of them, you ain't got to go nowhere else.
You got nowhere else to go.
This ad read is completely.
They need to open up a strip mall, and just the 2 of them next to each other.
Oh, mall.
No, I think they should be like across the street from each other. separate corners.
Okay.
Like the gas station thing. I think that's a great analogy.
They're like the flagship stores.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
With some cuisine between. Anyway, forget it.
We are way off track at this point. What are the talking points for kmtools.com? If it's in their shop, it's in their shop.
There it is.
Because every single tool on Jonathan's site is either something that he and his team developed themselves, or it's something they actually use in their own workshops, which means it's all super high quality stuff. And every time you shop there, you get to feel good about yourself, because a portion of every single sale goes to support the Katz Moses Woodworkers with Disabilities Fund that puts tools in the hands of people who need them. And speaking of tools in the hands of people who need them, every single month he gives us $50 to give away to one of our lucky patrons.
Should we do that now?
I think we should. Yeah, we should do that.
Okay, I got you. So, for everybody who doesn't know, the first episode each month is when we give away Jonathan's money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, last week we drew our longtime Patreon supporter Neil Heslop at HBR Designs. He sent over an email, specifically wanted a shout out, so I had to oblige. Right
there, you go, brother.
At HBR Designs. That's 2 shout outs. Anyway, Neil lives over in the beautiful, the luxurious, the rainy United Kingdom, and kindly asked us to redraw and give it to someone else. Yes. So first off,
shipping fees were expensive.
Right.
Not because they didn't want it, but because it just wasn't practical.
He said he was extremely grateful and wanted to make sure that we didn't think he wasn't grateful, which nobody thought that for a second.
Yeah, definitely not.
So first off, Neil, we've got something coming your way. So a little thank you for being a long-term patron and wanting to get this out to somebody else. So we got something special coming your way. So be on the lookout for a message from us about that. But anyway, we wanted to redraw the winner for that, the gift card. And it is, you ready for this? We're just getting right to it. Built by Gus.
Oh, I don't think Built by Gus has won before. That's
no,
nice.
Not on my list.
Heck yeah.
So congratulations. Well, I'm assuming that would be Gus.
Yes, I'm going to go ahead. Unless Gus is like an acronym. Guy under something.
Scrutiny.
Guy under scrutiny. There we go.
Yeah. So anyway, Gus, I'll get you connected with Jonathan and Mark over at camtools.com. They'll get that $50 gift card sent to you.
Hell yeah.
And you'll be ready to go.
Perfect.
Well, speaking of giveaways, KM Tools isn't the only person doing a giveaway. Our good buddy Bill Burkle over at WTBwoodworking.com is technically running 1 giveaway right now, but we're going to tell you about 2. Hear me out. First one, the one we've been telling you guys for a while, and if you've been sleeping on this is your fault. Up until September 19th, Bill is running.
You got one more episode.
Yeah.
It's your 1 episode warning.
Yeah.
Or technically your 2 episode warning.
You got 10 days if you're listening to this train wreck live.
Yeah. And if you're listening on Saturday when it comes out on Spotify,
less than 7.
You do only have 1 week.
Yeah. So Bill's running a huge giveaway through September 19th with Wagner moisture meters. Almost $1,000 worth of stuff from Wagner, like a 950 dual depth moisture meter and a couple other things over at WTBwoodworking.com/giveaway. So make sure you check that out. Because Bill likes to, get the people moving, he's also going to be running a saw stop giveaway from September 25th to October 25th. So he's giving away a super nice, super expensive Revolution miter gauge.
Oh, we can actually say what it is now?
Yeah.
Okay. Last week we had to be a little cagey about it. Nice.
Well, did we, or did we just not know what it was?
No, you knew.
Oh, okay.
And I guessed wrong.
Okay. Well, he's giving away a super nice, super expensive saw stop Revolution miter gauge, a saw stop Sustainer. A lot of S's. And a Saw Stop hoodie.
I didn't know Saw Stop. What do you put in your Saw Stop Sustainer? Does it have like a little indent for blades or something?
I don't know if it's got a special thing on the inside, but I'm sure once September 25th hits, you could go over to wtbwoodworking.com/giveaway and figure it out.
That is very exciting.
And then two last things we want to tell you about. Bill's running a huge Festool tool demo, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on September 18th, and also running an extravaganza celebrating the 1-year anniversary of the store on Saturday, October 25th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Mm-hmm. All that information can be found at wtbwoodworking.com.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. No I would be very excited to go out and do the Festool demo because I think it's fun to just go and get hands-on. You know, sometimes you see a tool listed on your online, you're like, especially something like a drill or impact, you're like, is it really worth $300, $400, whatever it is? Being able to actually hold the thing in your hand and test it out is like, you can be like, oh, this is actually a quality tool that's going to last a long time. You can feel that. It's like something you can't get from an online listing.
Well, you ever done the thing where like sports stores or like maybe, I don't know, you go fishing or whatever and like the local creek or whatever has like a demo day where like the fishing store will be there and like you can check out all the new, I obviously don't fish, the sticks and the little wheels with the string on it, you know?
Or the little hooky bit.
Yeah, well, you can test them all out and you'd be like, oh, I really like these. I ought to buy one of those. It's the same idea.
Yeah.
It's not like going to Home Depot where you're like, I want to get my hands on this tool. And this thing has been sun bleached for 26 years. Half the buttons are broken on it. And like, there's no battery. So all you can do is like mess around with it on that steel cable where it moves 2 inches. And like, like why bother having that?
That's a great question. It's a great question. Every once in a while I go to Home Depot and I'm like, I gotta take a look down the tool aisle. I pick up one thing and it immediately like binds up on that shitty steel cable. And I'm like, screw this. I'll just shop online.
Yeah. Right. And the thing is, you can't actually get a feel for the tool. Even if you wanted to like, oh, let's see how this adjustment works. It's broken.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I think they might take all of the returns where somebody tricked them into returning a broken tool. Yeah. You know, like you buy the tool, you go out and use it, and you're like, oh, I accidentally dropped it off the roof, and now it's the button on it's jammed. But you go and you take it back, and nobody notices because they open up the box, they take a look, they're like, yeah, it's still there. Okay, here's your refund.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why they put it at the back of the store and try to pawn it off on you for $3 off.
Exactly. Or they put it on the tool display. Once it sits on the back of the shelf for over a year and nobody buys it, then it graduates to the tool display wall.
It's possible. So when I worked in the shoe store back in college, we had this thing that was called
yeah,
that was a good one. Raspberry?
That is. I
spilled half of it on yourself.
Half is generous, but yeah, I did spill a little bit on myself.
Well, anyway, when I worked at the shoe store, we had this thing called an RTV.
Okay.
Or the return to vendor.
Ooh.
So what would happen is the shoe store would, buy hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe $1 million worth of product or shoe or whatever from a vendor. They'd then ship it to our store. We might have it for several months. And if whatever reason, you've got some odd sizes or whatever.
Yeah.
We would return them to the vendor and I think get like some portion of our money back.
Okay.
And then I think the vendor would then take all of those shoes and probably like liquidate them to like an outlet store or something like that.
Yeah, that's when they end up at Winners or whatever. Or do you have Winners in the US?
I'm not familiar with that store, but
Winners is like HomeSense, but for clothes.
Yeah, okay. Like a TJ Maxx or a Marshalls or something like that.
Marshalls. I think Marshalls would be a direct equivalent.
Sure. But they never have every size. It's like, oh, there's this shoe in a 7.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So do you think like Home Depot and Lowe's have the same thing? Like, is there like a liquidation sale for tools somewhere?
Oh, I'm sure. Like you can always find like pallets of tools that sit online for sale.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because John Malecki's made a whole video series about it.
He made a career out of buying crap nobody wants online.
Well, I have noticed. So going back to a discussion from a couple weeks ago, I've been slowly upgrading my tool collection.
Yeah.
And part of that is me hunting around on Facebook Marketplace for the best deals. Right. And I have noticed quite a few people selling brand new in the box DeWalt tools.
Oh, they're hot.
Significantly less than the retail price. Yeah, then maybe they're hot, or maybe they're like this like liquidation thing that you're talking about. Maybe they're old stock that never got sold from stores has made its way onto Facebook Marketplace through various people.
There's actually a place down the road from me, well, like 2 towns over now, that I've gone to, and they have, it's just like a tiny little warehouse almost, but they just have like shelving, like that metal shelving, and then tools up on those shelves. Like some of them are in box, some of them are out of box. And what they do is they go around and they buy the pallets, and then they just stick it all up on the shelves, put prices on everything. You come in, you buy what you want. Bob's your uncle.
There is a whole world of just people who buy overstock stuff and then attempt to liquidate it, right?
Yep.
I had an Uber driver once who told me that's what he does professionally. He just goes to various liquidation sales, buys up anything that he thinks that he can flip online, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, wherever, and he buys it up and he resells it. And that's just like it was that, and Uber was his full-time job.
So hear me out. This sounds like a surefire get-rich-quick scheme. Like you're like
100%.
I buy a pallet.
Razor-thin margins.
Yes.
Okay. One, razor-thin margins. Also, this guy who's telling you about how incredible this business is
driving Uber.
is driving Uber.
Yes. I've had this conversation with quite a few Uber guys where they'll talk about their business where they're just absolutely making a killing. And then
you gotta get in on this crypto.
Yeah. Like a couple of weeks ago, I had a guy who said he was like an AI expert who was driving me to the airport, and I was like, "If you're an AI expert, why are you driving Uber?"
Right.
This happens to me quite a bit. I guess that's because I constantly ask my Uber drivers what they do when they're not driving Uber.
So let me ask you this, Zach. When you have that discussion, what do you tell them you do?
You know what?
I hate that question when people ask me what I do.
Yeah, but my trick is that once I get somebody talking about what they do, I can ask a million questions to the point where it never comes back around to me.
Yeah. People like to talk about themselves.
Yeah, they do.
People do like to talk about themselves, and I'm pretty curious about people's different jobs. So usually I can, unless they hit me with something real boring, I can usually kill a good 30-minute car ride by just peppering them with questions about what they do.
Yeah.
And Eric, you still got the day job, so you don't even have to go into the other stuff. You can just mention your day job and be done with the conversation.
Logistics engineer.
Yeah, but see, the problem is, my battery is dying on the light. I'll change it. The problem with that becomes that then people are like, "Oh, that's awesome! Like, tell me more about that." And I'm like,
well, actually, I much prefer my other job where I'm a YouTuber.
They're like, "Oh, that's so interesting, isn't it? Like, do you have a really good time doing that?" And I'm like, "No,
pays the bills."
Yeah. Usually, I'm just like, "Oh yeah, it's fine." But like, what I really like to do is like
woodworking.
Yeah, I don't know.
What you really enjoy doing is just screwing with your light slightly off camera.
Right. Yeah, there we go. We got my light going on. But usually I'm just like, pays the bills, it's fine. But tell me what you do. I usually flip it around on somebody because, I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
Now, if it's someone that I know I'm going to be with for a while, like say you go on a couple's vacation or whatever, and there's a new couple you've never met, I'll talk about like the YouTube and stuff like that because I'm with this person for a week. But like my waiter or Uber driver, no, I can't be bothered.
Keep it brief.
And the reason being, and I think you probably say the same thing, is because it's so uncommon, people have so many questions, and it's not going to be a quick conversation.
Yeah, 100%. I was, it was actually at Scott's wedding. So I was sitting at a table with Scott, John Cesarno, and then, and Suman.
Yeah.
And one guy, so it was, I think it was like half YouTubers and then half Scott's just, other friends.
His buddies. Yeah.
His buddies, yeah. So at one point, the guy, I can't even remember, one of his buddies asked one of us what we do. And Sean was like, oh boy, here we go.
Yeah.
Because he knew that, like, as soon as you say, like, 3 or 4 of us are YouTubers, it's like that's going to dominate. Yeah, that's going to dominate the conversation for the next 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah. I usually would say I'm a woodworker.
Yeah.
And then people are like, oh, it's like you like sell furniture and like cornhole boards and stuff. And I'm like,
yeah.
No.
Because, so I don't like saying woodworker because it leads people down a road that you then immediately have to veer away from.
Right.
Like, as they say, oh, you build cornhole, or you make, what do you do? Make cutting boards? And you're like, well, not really.
I could.
I could, yeah.
You can't say carpenter because then that leads them down a different path.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you
There's
read
no
my
right
deck?
answer.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So you frame houses. No.
I used to say like video production.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do like video production work, but then people are like, oh, what kind of videos do you like to make? It's like, well, actually, I just make one specific type of video.
And literally just show me making modern versions of gaming consoles.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, so last week I went to the premiere of a TV show that Mark from Remarkable Woodworks was on.
Oh, yeah.
And he introduced me to, one of these people who was kind of high up at the network that was doing the show. He said, oh, this is Zach, he's like, very kind. He was like, he's huge on YouTube and blah, blah, blah. And this woman in her 50s starts asking me, like, oh, like, what type of stuff do you do on YouTube? And it's just like, I'm talking to a TV executive and I'm like, well, I make modern versions of game consoles.
And she's probably like,
what the hell?
Who the hell is this guy? Like,
you make videos for little kids.
yeah, exactly.
You make children's videos.
Yes, yeah.
She's probably like, why don't you just go buy the new Nintendo Switch?
I know. I had to. I was like, they're kind of like electronics projects. And I was like, just immediately like tank that entire conversation.
It's for me. It's not so much that like I don't want to engage in the conversation. It's just like it leads down this road that is challenging to summarize it quickly because people are like, well, how do you make money doing that?
Yeah.
It's like, well, I mean, do you want me to explain all of the small drops in the bucket and how they all work together? Because like, this is a web that if you're not exposed to it, it's challenging.
Well, let me sit you down and tell you about a little thing called affiliate marketing.
Oh, God. Okay,
I actually get 1 cent for every $1 that somebody spends on Amazon.
You got to start off by reaching out to Starbond CA glue.
Yeah. It's a ladder that you climb.
Yeah, it's a ladder. That's step 1. But I like John from Biscuitry. He said,
I run a media
company.
I think that's like the
answer.
same thing as the video production thing, though. Because
Yeah.
people are like, oh, what kind of media do you make? And you're like, well, I really only make one type of media, and it's me building shitty electronics projects on the internet.
I think it's interesting that the three of us, we have distinctly different personalities. But at the same time, I think we're all kind of the same. And like, if you're at like a dinner party and somebody's like, well, what do you do? I'm never going to be like, well, actually, I run a YouTube channel with this, and this. I'm doing this. Like, all three of us are going to play ourselves down like crazy.
Yeah.
Just because I would rather not talk about myself.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, it's interesting. I've settled more into it because, like, I used to have the fallback of, be like, oh, I'm a contractor. I build custom homes and do renovations and stuff like that. But now I don't really have that. So sometimes I consider saying that, but it's like, it's not really true anymore. So then I feel bad that I'm like kind of lying to the person.
But know that like if your dad needed some help, like you could go out there, like no problem.
Oh yeah. Oh, I did it actually last week. I went out and I helped him reframe the roof of a house.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So like, it's not dishonest to say that.
No, it's definitely not. But it is like if you if you only do that 1 or 2 days a month or something like that, you can't rightfully tell somebody that's what your occupation is.
That's fair. That's fair.
Hey, I only parent like 1 or 2 days a month, and I still call myself one.
True, fair. All right.
That was good. I had it at, so I was at Home Depot the other day. I was picking up some stuff. Well, it wasn't Home Depot, it was Lowe's. Hear me out.
Okay.
So I told you guys how I wanted, this is a story. I told you guys how I wanted to redo the front door, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
Door shopping.
Yeah. So I went online, and first off, why is finding anything that you need on Home Depot or Lowe's.com effing impossible?
I don't know. I really don't know why.
Right, because it's like, okay, I wanted to find a door, and they're like, there are 37,000 doors.
Yes.
No, they're not. Absolutely not true. And you use the filters. Filters don't work. You're like, oh, I need a what's the standard door? 36 by 80 or 30 by 80, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You hit that filter, doesn't filter those doors down.
I have a serious issue with websites with the filters. I was doing it earlier today. I was looking for computer parts, and the filter on the manufacturer's website didn't work.
Yes.
Why is that? Why do none of the filters work? It's crazy.
Same with Airbnb.
Yeah.
You go on there and you're like, oh, I want one with a hot tub. And you go through the listing. There's no hot tub in sight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
It's because the person that set up that designed the filters on the UI is not the same person that entered the data. And they're definitely not on the same pay scale.
Or whatever. Yeah.
It's infuriating. But anyway, so we find the door that we want, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, the door is kind of a big, bulky object. There's free curbside pickup.
Okay, nice.
I'm just going to place it for curbside pickup. I got to, go pick up some paint, go get my wife some coffee and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, cool, it's ready. We'll swing by. So, I have her, because I know how this works. You go to your spot and they take a half hour to come out.
Well, I think a lot of the time, all of the time, they don't even go get the thing until you're there. Until you're there.
Right. Yeah. So we're driving, getting coffee, and I hand the phone to her. I was like, hey, tell them we're here. We're 15 minutes away. Tell them we're here, or whatever.
Yeah.
So we get there. They actually came out pretty quick because I told them I was there 15 minutes.
Because you lied, which you have to.
So they come out to bring the door or whatever. I'm like looking at it. I'm like, oh, like a couple of the nails holding like the jam in are like a little loose, but like, oh, whatever. Pound it in, throw another nail. Like, who cares? So they load it up in the car or whatever, get it home. Take the door off the hinges, take all the hardware off, everything like that. Start getting masking tape and like masking off the glass so you get a nice, crisp, clean line for the paint and stuff. And like, that's painful. It's excruciating to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're bent over, your back hurts.
Mm-hmm.
You got to flip the door over. Somebody drove their effing fist through a fiberglass door.
What?
Uh-huh.
Was it the fist or was it like a forklift?
I don't know.
Huh.
And like, okay, on me for not like checking the door, but like, come on, if you're doing a pickup order to bring it out to your car, don't you think the people would have been like, oh, there's a hole in this?
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you for that. I think that lands squarely on the shoulders of the employees at Home Depot.
Was it a holocore?
No,
Had to have been a holocore.
It's got like
fiberglass. It's
insulated.
Blown in foam on the inside. Yeah.
Well, it's soft and squishy, but so you could only see it from one side, I'm assuming.
Right.
But those fiberglass doors, that takes like you got.
That's a lot of force. Yeah.
That's a lot of force. Yeah. Like that's.
I'm with you. That sounds like a forklift.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking too. Like it's not just like somebody just hit it with their elbow or whatever. So, and it's like the foam's like gold, like bright yellow, and the door's primed. Like it was a very high contrast. It was obvious, but so like this door's covered in tape and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm not taking this off. So throw it back in the truck, take it back over there. And this is like a week later, right? Because we picked up the door and I was like, oh, I'll just do it next weekend.
Got stuff to do.
Yeah. And the whole time I'm like, there's no way they're going to believe me that I didn't ruin this door. They're going to be like, you started prepping it for paint and you dropped something on it or whatever, right?
Maybe. I mean, my experience has been that they're pretty good about that because it's generally it's minimum wage employees that don't have much stake and
no, they don't care.
Yeah, I've seen some janky stuff returned to Home Depot.
Yeah. So anyway, I get it back to the store and like take it in, and this lady is giving me the side eye. Like she's like, something's not going on. But she's like, all right, I can return it or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I just want to grab another one. She like does her little clickety clacks. She's like, this is a special order item. I said, what do you mean it's a special order item? She goes, we don't stock this. I'm like, I didn't special order it. I just went on your website and said it was available. She said, what's a special order? I was like, well, any other stores have it? She goes, well, there's one about an hour away. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. But I need the door. So I drive over there. And they say they have 7 in stock.
Okay.
But of course, when we get there, whatever, they're on the 3rd shelf to the top.
Yeah, you gotta get that forklift out and punch a hole in it.
Right.
It's the only way to get it down.
And I want to, obviously, after this conundrum, I want to like see which one's in the best shape, right? Like make sure there are no dings, make sure like you don't have somebody messed up the glazing of the glass or like, the caulk or whatever. So I'm like, I want to check them all out. This person's not happy with me.
Did you explain what happened?
Yeah, they didn't care.
Really?
So, and anyways, we got it all done. We got the door home and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't understand how you do a pickup order with a door with a hole in it.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
They just couldn't have looked.
And this is the death of customer service too, because, back in the day, if you bought that door from a mom and pop shop, I feel like they would do something. You know what I mean? They'd be like,
that was my thing.
You got this home and it was like completely ruined and you couldn't use it and you wasted 4 hours of your life returning it.
Right.
Here's like, some of your money back, or here's a discount, or let me give you $50 for at least to cover your gas here and back, or something like that, right?
Right. And that's why I said I returned it. I was like, hey guys, like this is kind of absurd. Like, are you able to give me like a, the door is what, like $700 or whatever?
Give me some cans of spray foam or something.
Sure. I was like, can you, give me some paint or like a gift card or something like that? No.
Yeah.
I was like, can you give me a discount off my next door? No.
Nope.
I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Great. Thanks, guys.
So what would you have done? Like, say I didn't have a truck and I got it delivered to my home and it had a hole in it. How would I get it home? Would I have to pay another delivery fee for them to come pick it up?
Great question. I would make it their problem. I'd be like, send somebody to come get this thing.
You could reject the delivery altogether if it's damaged when it shows up, and then they take it back.
Yeah, but that again, like this would happen all the time when I was working on construction sites. They would come and they would unload 50 different things. It'd be like a toilet, a bunch of 2x4s, some
you're not inspecting all of it,
and stuff like that. And they jam a clipboard at your face and say sign for this. And it's like, well, I haven't opened up every single one of the 30 boxes of tiles you just dropped off to make sure they're all good.
Right.
So, yeah.
It was frustrating.
So I can imagine.
But then so I got it all situated and stuff like that. And then I'm like, dude, I hate painting. I hate painting.
Really? I kind of enjoy painting. What don't you like about it?
Messy. It's annoying.
It's messy. Yeah, it is messy.
And
tedious.
It's tedious. And I feel like my issue is I have so many lights in the garage
Mm-hmm.
that it illuminates everything.
Yeah.
So you can't ignore the problems.
I know.
But you can kind of be like, well...
Uh-oh. Zach, your mic died.
Oh, good. I thought it was me.
Huh?
Oh, there we go.
There he is.
I think you bumped it.
Okay.
You said you can't be like, oh.
You can be like if it's... You know you have a little bit of, like, play, I guess. If it looks, you know... Because you're seeing it in the worst case scenario. You can always be like... Maybe you can see this little spot here in the shop, but by the time I get it hung and in place, nobody's going to notice this because the lighting's not nearly as perfect to my entryway or whatever.
Right. But it's like in finding that spot of like what's good enough for like, oh, there, you know, you roll it on, then you took your brush and like you tipped it and you're like, well, I mean, there's like a little piece of like solid in the paint there, like a little like, you know, something.
Fuzz or something.
Yeah. And you're like, when do I just say it's good enough? You know?
Again, that's why you know you have a little bit of wiggle room. You're like, okay, well, I can see this little thing, but by the time I hang it, nobody's ever going to notice. Also, it's a front door.
Yeah,
People are
get stuff on it.
It's going to get dinged up. You know, the UPS guy is going to throw a package into it.
Right.
I don't know what.
I think you got to treat it. You got to treat all things that you paint like a thumbnail on YouTube. You can't look at it blown up to the full size of your screen. You have to step back at least at arm's length. Yeah, and look at it from a little bit of a distance.
Honestly, that is the trick to any and all painting. Is if you're 2 feet away from it when you're like cutting the line, you're like, oh, I made this little wiggle. Like, I guess I have to repaint this entire wall. It's like, no, take a step back, and you see, and that like that little mistake disappears, and then you put art on the wall, and you put the bookcase next to it. All of a sudden, all these little things that you're all nitpicky about, they disappear into the background.
Go into like any like, you know, office building or, you know, hotels and stuff like that. Get up in the corners where two paint colors meet and tell me that's the straightest line you've ever seen.
100%. That's great advice.
And that's professional and paid for at the highest dollar.
For sure.
And people see it every day.
But by the way, do that with everything. Do that with like hardwood floors and trim work and tiles and stuff like that. Look, tiles to me is always the one where you're like, I used to think that like, I was like, oh man, I still have so much to learn about like to do tiling really well. And then I went out in the world and started like really looking at tile. I was like, no, actually, I'm actually a very good tiler.
Yeah, I'm amazed at how many like high-end hotels we stay in, and the tile work is just like uneven.
Just
or has gaps, or it's just like it's got like mold in the corner a little bit that they just like cleaned up.
And all that fun stuff.
I honestly, I think that's a good lesson, is because like, as you know, like people that spend so much time in their craft, you see like the tiniest little thing, and then like, you would never do that to anything you bought. You'd be like, oh, that's fine. But it's because we spent the time creating it that we're so nitpicky. Like, you know, once I hang this door and it like a week later, I'm not going to think anything about this little extra brush mark down here. It's just because 100%. Like I've spent hours just staring at this flat door that has black paint on it. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, but you know, this brush stroke here, like, who cares?
You know what you should do? You should get Miranda to paint it. Because then you're
not a bad idea,
right?
She'll be happy with whatever she does.
And just put the final coat of paint on the door. And then if it's like a little bit like, you're not gonna be like, you screwed up this little piece of fluff right here. You'll be like, oh, it looks great, honey. Let's hang it.
I'm gonna make her do the paint on the brick mold.
There you go.
Yeah. That's my wife and I's deal. She does all the painting because I don't like doing it.
Yeah.
Is it because you're too nitpicky?
I'm a little nitpicky. Yeah. I definitely see things that I let go.
Yeah.
But yeah, she does it and I'm fine with that. I let it go and I'm like, that's perfect. I don't want to give my input because I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys this. Is this a serial killer trait of mine? That like if I'm in the bathroom, you know, like you take a shower, go, you know, evacuating whatever you need to evacuate.
Yeah.
In the shower?
Doing your business.
Yeah, in the shower. You just
Stamp it down.
Just stomp it down. It's fine.
Just pushing it through that grate.
Do you ever just like stare at your walls and go, "Oh, there's a little speck there. Can I see the color of paint through that? Oh, is that they did a bad job matching that hole." Or like, do you do that? And it drives you insane.
Yes, constantly. And I live in a house that was very poorly renovated.
But
so
the thing is,
tons of stuff for me to notice.
Like, I look at your walls, and I honestly, this is through a small webcam and stuff.
Yeah.
Your walls look beautiful. As do yours,
they're not.
Deric.
They're so bad. They're so bad.
But like, if I came over and like we just had a little dinner and like you come in, oh, check my office, I'd be like, oh, looks great.
Oh, the last thing you would notice is the walls. And again, that's to my point. It's like when you have a room full of stuff, you don't notice the line where two different colors meet on the wall. It just becomes background.
Yep.
Now, if you have like a drywall seam cracking, you're going to be like, I got to repair that.
Yeah.
But
I will say I notice a lot more whenever we travel. Like whenever we go out of town and I'm not working on something. My mind starts to relax, but then I just start picking up on all those things. I don't know if it's just like I'm looking for things to work on and fix because I'm not at home. But I start noticing all those little things.
It's like when you go to a restaurant and the table's wobbly, you start looking for napkins and salt packets and stuff like that.
Or screwdriver.
If you have a restaurant and your table wobbles, you got to do something about it.
Straight to jail.
Yeah.
Straight to jail.
That's the worst.
And it's every restaurant too, unless it's like a built-in booth. They all wobble like crazy. And I get it. Like you have uneven floors, but get the table
People
with
leaning on
adjustable
them.
legs or something.
Right?
Is it people leaning on them, you think?
I think it's people leaning on them. Yeah.
It's
like whenever think about like whenever you see people getting up out of a booth or a table, a lot of times they like, lift themselves up on the table.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, that table's doing the Lord's work.
Don't cheap out on the tables and get them with adjustable feet. That's my advice.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, get underneath them and crank down the screws that connect the tabletop.
Oh,
to the stand.
Yeah.
While you're, scraping all that gum off.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, let me ask you this. If you noticed that the table or chair was wobbly and they had adjustable feet,
I would try and fix it.
I've done that.
Yeah. Would you fix it and immediately get up and go wash your hands like 3 times?
Oh, yeah.
Generally, my policy is that if I can fix something in less than 30 seconds and I'm out in public, I'll just do it.
Yeah.
Even if it's, somebody's gate's like a little bit broken or something like that, take the time to fix it. Screw it.
Always have a screwdriver in the truck.
Right. Yeah.
Or, your trusty bourbon blade.
Yeah, exactly.
Just... You don't want to use it as a chisel. You just start using it as a screwdriver whenever you want.
Nice
Available at camtools.com. But, what do you guys got going on this week, Deric? What have you been up to, man?
Oh, I've been, I'm planning, I'm getting ready for my next, build, which I'm going to do a video on. And so I'm trying a different approach. It's a smaller build. I've been talking about doing the shelves in my son's room because he started getting into collecting what he calls vintage game systems, the Xbox 360, which makes me feel old. But so I'm going to make him some shelves that go underneath of his TV to hold all of it. And so I've started writing like a proper script and shoot schedule and everything for it. I'm like, it's a small enough project. I can map it out and then try that angle on doing my next project. Yeah.
Will this be
a
the
more
first,
thoughtful?
Is this the first video where you'll have like mapped it all out beforehand?
Yeah, because usually it's like it's a little more guerrilla style. I'm running in there with cameras and doing, filming what I can while I can because I'm building something to meet a deadline somewhere. This one doesn't really have as much of a deadline, and it's a project that I'm going to get done with in a week, no problem. So I figure I'll map it out and I'll give that approach a shot.
Nice.
So that's what I've been working on.
I saw that you put your the other YouTube video box out for Grandpa Bill, right?
Yeah, just put that out this last week. I think last weekend.
I haven't watched it yet because I'm the person with my friends' videos. If I don't have the time to watch it, I'm not going to do it because I want to watch it from start to finish.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. This one was, it was very much a personal one. It wasn't like didn't focus on the build at all, but I did put up a link in the description, and anybody that wanted to watch and hear me talk about the actual build of it, I put that on my Patreon for free for anybody that wanted to go over and watch it. And I figured that's better than posting it twice on YouTube.
Yeah, that makes sense. Totally makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
How's the video doing?
No, it's not doing great, but I didn't expect it to do good.
It's a personal thing.
Yeah, it's personal. Exactly.
Yeah, I dig it.
It was one of those things that like I wanted to get it out, like get it off of my plate, because I've been hemming and hawing on it and kind of like tinkering with it here and there. And it was one of those things that just got too big, and I just needed to clear it out and get it done so that I can move on to the next thing. And so I finally got it off my plate, and I can start moving on now, which is nice.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So tell me more about these shelves that you're building. Do you have like a design for them? What are you going to plywood, wood? What are you going to make them out
of? The shelves themselves, I'm just going to use like birch plywood. I'm going to layer 2 3/4 inch ones together, and put like a band of like maple or something on it, like whatever wood matches. Like I'm probably going with a maple birch, and then I'll probably put or maple or birch, and then I'll probably put the same on the front. Yeah. And I haven't decided if I'm going to do the sides or not. I guess I'll do the sides because they're going to be shown. It's probably the best as opposed to exposed plywood. And then
what do you mean the sides?
Like the sides of the shelves, because they're going to be like not floating because they're attached, but the edges will be exposed. So the way I plan to do this is I'm going to have like my shelves, and then what's going to support them is going to wrap around the front. It's going to be basically like, how do I describe this? Lumber on the front, like on the back and on the front. And then there's, it's like a ladder. Kind of. Yeah. And then, you got 2 of those, and then the shelves go across them, and then they stack.
Okay, I see.
I got you.
And then at the bottom, I'm going to build like a couple of drawers to tie it together that can pull out and like hide away like controllers and stuff like that.
Cool. And one of them will be taking my mastering drawer boxes courses that just launched. I had to throw that in there somewhere.
Yeah, that as well, right?
Shameless plug. No, get back to what you're doing. I just put out my new course, Mastering Drawer Boxes, and if you want to check it out for a limited time, 10% off additional if you use the code Off the Cut at checkout. So anyway, back to so you're going to put drawer boxes at the shelves.
Yeah, just do a couple of drawers. Like they'll be kind of, so the way I have it designed, it's kind of hard to explain, but in that bottom rung of those ladders that are going to support the shelves, I'm going to cap the bottom rung with wood on the inside of it. So then from the side, it just kind of looks flat. And then the shelves or the drawer boxes will attach inside that. And all you'll see is the faces of the drawer boxes. So then you just slide them out on the rails, and you got drawer boxes at the bottom, and then the shelves on the top. And it's going to be like the boxes, and the latter part will just be painted black, much like my desk that I did. And then the shelves are going to be a dark wood, like I'm just going to stain them and seam them. And so that's going to be kind of like a mini version of what I want to do behind me here. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing, but like 5 times bigger.
It's kind of like a proof of concept project.
Yeah, exactly.
You're doing it once, figuring out where your struggles are, where you can improve, where you can make it better and stuff like that.
And then just do it again, but bigger. Yeah.
All right.
Except for the drawers on the bottom, I'm just going to leave it open on the bottom, and then,
So you said that you're mapping out this video in a way that you've never done it before, almost like pre-planning it and stuff like that. Have you figured out like what the angle, what like the hook, the capture is going to be on this one?
Are you also thinking
that
like
I'm still
title,
working out.
thumbnail?
Yeah, that I'm still thinking about.
Okay.
I do have like it's funny, like I see how I want it to look kind of like mentally in my head. I can kind of imagine the video. And so I'm trying to like, as those little like sparks happen, I'm trying to go into my like notes app and like jot that down. And
that's a good idea.
Transfer it into a script and things like that.
I think that gets easier the more videos you make. Because I remember when I first started out, like trying to imagine an entire video and keep that all kind of contained in my head was a lot harder. But now that I've, done it 100 times or whatever, it's considerably easier to like kind of like imagine how you want everything to look beforehand. So I think that's a skill that you kind of build after doing it enough.
Right. Deric, it's funny that you mentioned that, because during this time that we've been working on the course, obviously, clearly, I haven't been putting out YouTube videos.
Yeah.
But I've been shifting my mind towards like, I need to be more strategic, more thoughtful, better use with my time, and really doing a lot of the come up with a title and thumbnail and then figure out a video to fit that.
See, you're right. That is the way to do it, but that's a less satisfying way to make videos. So you're like, I want to build the thing that I want to build, not the thing that I have a good, catchy title thumbnail for.
I know.
Yeah.
And so I did that. I was like, for my next video, I'm forcing myself to do it that way, just to try it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, here's some kind of thoughts I have. I have this idea, a thought, almost like a statement, a sentence.
Okay.
That the video is going to be about. But
that's not it with us. Well, you're in the right direction though. Like I don't know, that's a step ahead of even like, 75% of my earlier videos.
Right. So the idea is I got the new jigsaw from Craig.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I've told you guys about this years ago. I was like, it was about the same time that I put out the video, like, the don't buy Milwaukee tools or whatever, but the video didn't do well. But the idea was like, it doesn't matter what brand you have and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I also want to do the same video about like I made a video about like a bandsaw buyer's guide.
Mm-hmm.
It was called "Don't Waste Your Money on a Bandsaw," because don't waste your money on a bandsaw. Like, make sure you can. That was the angle of it. And I want to do the same thing with the jigsaw. Like, basically the thought of it is don't waste your money on a jigsaw.
Mm-hmm.
And so kind of like learning everything you need to know about a jigsaw.
Oh yeah, like what the little camber thing does that nobody knows.
Yeah. Exactly. Stuff like that. I feel like I told you guys about that video idea years and years ago.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna make this video. But I'm going to start by figuring out. So that's my like statement or whatever, right? Basically learning about the jigsaw. How do I make that an interesting title, thumbnail, or whatever? So I started brainstorming. I wrote down all my different ideas, and I was using ChatGPT. Like, here are all my different thoughts. How do I angle this, right? And then once I figured all that, I was like, okay, well, here are all the things that I want to talk about during the video. What's a good way to transition from this one to this one? Maybe do I need to reorder them? Ooh, I feel like I need to add one more thing here, but I can't think of anything. Give me 10 ideas that I could potentially put there. Ooh, I like number 7.
Yeah.
And then within like a day, I had a great outline. And I just hammered out a script in like an hour.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I was like, this is more sustainable for me if I can have these almost like objective statements and then figure out how to make a video around that.
Around that statement. Interesting. So how long do you picture, so I hear what you're saying. How long do you picture this video being? Is it kind of a shorter one?
It was 3,000 words.
Okay. So probably like
20-ish, 15, 20 minutes.
You think that? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Give or take.
Yeah.
So I'm trying it. I'm trying because I've like thinking critically, self-reflection. I look back at my channel. I'm like, I'm very inconsistent. I have some that do very well and some that flop. Right?
Okay.
Why not try and experiment with something different and see if it works? Yeah. And then I'll know, here's what I did. It was successful. So then I can repeat that again.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's some sort of cadence to be mastered where you do some that you think are kind of like in your, like, they're your normal videos. You know they perform within a certain range.
Sure.
But then every once in a while, you got to toss in something that's a little different. You got to try some new things, right? Because otherwise, you'll never get to that kind of next level of viewership. You kind of get, if you're just doing the same thing forever, you're going to be stuck in that, at whatever that level of success is. And if you want to go to the next level, then you're going to have to try some things.
And finding a way, like we've talked, to do lower lift. Like,
yeah, that's a big one.
I love building sick pieces of furniture and redoing a whole laundry room and stuff, but like, dude, that's not sustainable to do that.
Yeah.
Unless you're Jason.
Yeah. Unless you can
Jason
knock out a whole project in 2 days.
But even talking to Jason, like a lot of the time he won't even finish an entire project, right?
No.
That's true.
Like to me, the idea of doing like a multi-part video sounds like just absolute view suicide, but he makes it work. So I don't know. Yeah. I mean, he's got a much more likable personality than I do. So,
but so Deric, is that kind of like almost kind of parallel with what you're working on? Is like, I'm going to try something different and see how it works. Like,
I think I'm just going to try.
Yeah.
When I loaded up this last video, it was 1 year to the day since the last big, full YouTube video that I had done. And I realized that it had been a while. I've been just allowing myself to be distracted more than I should. And I just need to focus on it. If this is if I want to do something with it, I need to focus on it. And so that's kind of where I'm at. And I got the next video that I'm mapping out and trying that approach. Because with that video that I put out this last week, there was so much footage, it made it a bit overwhelming until I was able to wrangle that. Yeah. Which one of the methods that I was what I found more success with is, because I'd been going, before this one, I would go in and I would just like drop all my footage into Premiere Pro, put it in a folder, like, raw footage or whatever, and then start a timeline and start adding things in chronological order.
Yeah.
Editing each one down or deciding if I need it or whatever, working through it, building out the visual story of what I'm doing, and then building a narration to that.
Yeah.
And then tweaking where I needed to get everything to fit. And that was such a slog. And then this last time I kind of did the same thing, except before I started dropping everything on the timeline, I created buckets with I thought back on the process and thought of the different steps that I went through that I want to highlight, and created folders or buckets for all that. And then went through the footage and dropped everything in its respective bucket.
Yeah.
And then, simultaneously, I wrote my narrative out, and so I knew about how long the video needed to be. So then I started creating the visual narrative with that, and it went a little faster for sure. Okay. But there was still a lot to work through, and then I still got 2 in the can that I need to edit, like the last 2 projects that I worked on, and those are very similar, where I shot a lot, but I kind of had this realization about halfway through, and so my footage got a little more dialed in, like shorter clips and stuff like that to use. So that'll make it go a little quicker on this next edit, I believe. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to release at least 3 more before the end of the year. These 2 I have in the can, and this other one that I'm working on.
So what I did, I did something kind of similar for my latest video that I just started working on last week, I guess. Before I started it, I actually wrote out like a script for the first third of the video, let's say. And it was pretty detailed. It was basically this is going to be my A roll. I'm going to say something like this here and then here, and then it's going to go into the voiceover here. Yeah. And so I wrote out a good chunk of it. Like I said, probably a third. And then I went and filmed all of the stuff to support that. So I did the first third of the project, filming along the way. And I was like, okay, I know I'm going to talk specifically about this part and this part. And I'm capturing other stuff. But then there was parts that didn't go exactly the way I planned. So I took all that footage, I laid it out on the timeline, and then I was like, okay, now how can I tweak that script that I wrote earlier in order to fit what actually happened?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a hybrid of both. I'm not sure that it's, I don't know if it's saving me time at the end of the day, but there is something to be said for knowing what you want to talk about before you start filming, because then you have all the footage to properly support it. But you still want to have a little bit of, you don't want to stick to the script, even if that's not how things actually went in real life. So there needs to be a little bit of flexibility built in there too. Yeah.
So one of the things I was thinking about both of you guys were talking about, and I don't know if any of us have said this before, by almost it seems a waste of time to pre-plan stuff. Hear me out.
Yeah.
It seems like a waste of time. It seems like the better idea would be just go get started, start filming the project. But it's way easier to look at a text outline, a script or whatever, and go, no, change that. Copy, paste there. No, okay, ooh, I like that. Add a little bit more. It's so much easier to add, remove, alter in an outline or script format than it is to add, remove, alter video clips. Because I was like, oh God, now I have to go film this. Or, oh, I wasted an hour filming this and I don't even need this.
Yeah. Right. And also like moving things around too. It's like so much easier to conceptually be like, well, what if I move this bit where I'm talking about my new tool? What if I actually move that earlier in the video and then I can come back to it later and kind of break things up? It was stuff like that, right? Like, yeah.
And from like a marketing perspective, if you're like, oh, my Zach Vac 3D print, well, it doesn't come up until 85% of the way through the video. I should probably move that up earlier. So maybe it would make sense if I talk about the soldering earlier on in the video.
Yep, 100%.
But that's so much easier to see and plan that ahead of time than doing the whole video and be like, damn it.
Yeah.
So
or scrubbing through an hour of video to find the little clip that you want.
Yeah.
Well, that too. Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's been, rather than scraping through all the footage, I'll just go and like refilm something.
I know.
Just so it's like right there. It's like easy. Okay, just grab it, drop it on the timeline where I need it. I was working on my latest video. And so something I've been doing lately is I've been getting a little bit lazy with my edits, I would say. Ooh. So something I used to do is I would do one pass of the edit. I would get the entire video done. And then I would go back into it and I say, how can I make this more efficient? How can I say the same amount of information in less words? And how can I basically just trim the length of the video down without actually removing anything? And for the last, I would say 6 months to a year, I've been not doing that as much. I've been kind of doing one pass. And I'm like, okay, I trust my instincts. This is the version that I'm going to ship. For this latest video, it came in and I thought it was going to be a short video and it ended up being like 27, 28 minutes long. I was like,
and you're always like right at 20.
No, well, if you look, my last few videos have been a little bit longer.
Okay.
But I was like, but they haven't performed as well as some of my 20-minute ones. I've been doing like a lot of 27, 28, getting closer to 30. So this time I was like, you know what? Based on my old videos, around 20 minutes were performing better. So I went back and I really reworked this video to make it more efficient and to shave time off it. And so I think it finished out around 28. And I think I've got it down to 24 without removing anything, just like strictly finding little time savings here and there. So yeah.
I totally believe it. You ever consider you do your voiceover or whatever, and then downloading your why am I blanking on the word? Where it takes your voice and puts it into text format.
Oh yeah, what is that? Transcript.
Text file?
Yeah, transcript. Thank you.
Yes.
Taking your transcript, copying that into ChatGPT and say, here's my video. This is exactly what I want to do. Trim the fat out of this.
Yeah,
but just say something as simple as highlight the spots I should delete.
Yeah, interesting. I'll try that.
I'm getting more into the Chat GPT thing because I finally paid for the subscription
to
force me to use it more often.
Yeah, I think I've been using Google Gemini quite a bit.
Sure.
But I think there's really something to be said for spending that. But again, it comes back to like a heavy lift versus a light lift. I think there's something to be said for spending the time to like really polish something and not necessarily like taking your first draft of something. Like see it all laid out and then think about, okay, well, how could I do this a little bit better? And then not being too married to your first attempt at anything.
Right.
I will say I have a big complaint with AI and ChatGPT and all that stuff.
Here we go.
Stealing our germs.
All right. No. So I use it to like write out the descriptions for podcast episodes. Usually, like just kind of like give me an idea of what we talked about. Exclude these things like the ad reads and stuff like that, and just give me a good outline. And then it gives me an outline.
But could you just I think Gemini can look at YouTube videos, so you can just like copy and paste the link
sometimes. But it's really going off of the transcript is what it's doing. So I have the transcript, so I'm just telling it to read the transcript for me. So the issue I face is I have to start a new chat with it almost every time, which means I have to reiterate my prompt on it. Now you can go in and you can save your chats and you can continue them, like with Gemini. And but the problem I face is if I continue that chat and then I upload another text file, after a couple of them, it starts not listening. Like I'll be like, hey, here's the latest episode. Give me a description. Yep. And then it'll give me a description for like 2 episodes before. And I got to go into it and be like, nope, that's the wrong episode. Do it for this episode number with this transcript ID or name or whatever. And then it gives me the exact same thing again. And I say, no, you just gave me the same thing again. And then I reiterate my point and it goes, oh, I'm so sorry. Let me try that again. And then it'll give me and it gets stuck in this loop where the only response it can give me is this exact same. And I have to delete that conversation and start a new one. And it drives me crazy. I wish there was a way to have like an ongoing, or a preset. Yeah. Something like that. But
for example, one of the things that's a telltale sign of people who use AI for product descriptions, saying this because I did it and Zach called me out on it, or what they call M dashes.
Yes.
Or like those long dashes. So like I went on ChatGPT, I was like, hey, in the future, never use any M dashes ever. And it was like, okay, I hear you.
Oh, yeah.
I can't make global settings.
Yeah.
And I was like, why? Well, you just have to remind me every time.
I think with the premium one, you
can put under preferences, like on your like profile preferences, but it still does it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought when you started paying for it, you could like set up. No.
Right.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, it still works. Like I said, it's got those little idiosyncrasies that
I know
drive me nuts.
What you need to do is start crafting the perfect prompt that you can like copy and paste. That gets like, and just like, change, copy and paste the prompt, copy and paste the transcript, and then you'll get good results.
Yeah. That might be a good way to do it.
I've been using it when you get like a creative brief from a brand that's like 15 pages. Holy smokes. I got a monster from a brand earlier. I was like, I'm not reading this.
Is it Jackery? Because you have a Jackery behind you.
Yeah. I see that.
Yeah.
I meant to ask.
And so I just copy and pasted it in Chat GPT. And I was like, hey, I need to do a 90-second mid-roll ad hitting this, and this. And I was like, that'll work.
Send it.
Send it. Send it over the brand. Approved. But hey, we are going to head over to the Aftershow.
Speaking of sending it.
Patreon. Yeah, speaking of sending it, we're sending it to the Aftershow over at patreon.com/offthecut-podcast. Sign up for any tier level. Get entered to win that KM Tools gift card. Unlock the bonus show. And if you really want to hang out with us, every month we do the BYOC call, which, by the way, we need to schedule that. We'll talk about that in the after show.
Yeah.
Where you can hang out with us and jump on a video chat and just shoot the breeze. Mm-hmm. But until next week, thanks for hanging out with us, guys. We'll see you.
See you, everybody.
See you around.
We give a huge shout out to our returning top tier patrons:
Corey Duvall at Woodcraft and Honey,
Josh at Sawdust Builds,
Joe Welsh at Delaware Valley Workshop,
Goblin Spanker.
You can't say that anymore. Bill Burkle, WTV Woodworking.
Dadu said, yeah, buddy.
Building Creative.
Bailey Thompson.
Zach, to be honest with you, I don't even know if I follow you.
Bingo bango, you're done.
You should stop.